Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Oh,
Shit.
it's the morning after the madness.
There's got to be. Is that a song?
Yeah.
There wasn't that much madness in the way you think.
So
Like, we didn't end up going home with any weird chicks or anything, but a lot of weird shit happened throughout the night.
break it down for me. So Discussing Justin's here with us live in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a fun town to go out in, especially on the 4th. And it's probably because there's 3 colleges right around here.
Yeah.
Ton of bars all on the road. It's on the river. All I know is this. I was checking in on your stories because I'm married with 2 children who are in a 4th of July parade.
Must be nice.
I could not.
Just kidding. No, it's not.
I could not go out with you guys last night.
Yeah.
Because I had to go out with them. I was following your stories. At one point, you were with a girl. You appeared to be choking yourself next to her.
Yeah, that's my signature move, first of all.
Yeah.
Right.
You like to choke your own self.
Yeah.
During
like,
any
well,
sexual
I do it to balance
exploit.
out because when I was like 9, I started masturbating. And so I didn't want my right arm to develop too much, right? So I have to balance it out. So you got to choke yourself with your other hand. I learned it like 9 years old.
At 9 years old, you were already thinking about your bicep and forearm development from masturbating.
I mean, that's actually a lie, but I did start masturbating at 9 years old, as I'm sure most other people did.
No, that's actually way early.
Yeah, I think 11 for me.
I watched my first porn at 9 years old, though.
Really?
Yeah. My cousins were like,
Were they in it?
yeah, it was really weird. It was like my uncle, my cousin.
But yeah, both
kidding, I'm
of them were in.
No, but he's like, this is what men watch. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know where the fuck they got
Drink
these
this
pornos.
beer, you little bitch.
They're 11 years old. Oh, I had an uncle do that to me too. Also, drink. This is we'll put hairs on your balls in Spanish. But either way, fun, colorful childhood, right? So yeah, he pops in this cassette, right? This VCR tape, and he puts it in, and he goes, "This is what men watch." And it's
Why did you do? He puts it in like that.
He puts it in.
No, you did like this. He puts it in.
Puts it in, brother.
Oh my God. By the way, this fake vagina and butthole that Jesse bought for us is super dirty already.
Yeah, it's picking up dirt.
It's already disgusting. If you're subscribe on YouTube if you're not subscribed already to the video show because it's on air, so you can actually see it.
One of my favorite things is just toss this to people.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. And they're
So
like,
going back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead. Keep going.
pop in the video, right? Boom, and he goes, "This is what men watch," and I'm a little fucking kid, and we're sitting here, and I'm like, "Oh God, I haven't gotten the birds and the bees."
Is she
fucking
okay?
yet." Dude. And so they pop it in, and one dude's like, "I gotta go take a dump," and leaves, and the other one's like, "I'm gonna go shower," and it's me, 9 years old, just.
Oh, you mean the people in the room? I thought you meant
Yeah.
the people in the porno.
No.
Like one guy was just
So-
like, I'm going to take a dump.
I'm just watching this porn and I'm not, and I don't leave. You know, I'm not really mad. I'm like, okay, like weird flex, cousin, but okay, I'll take it. And I'm watching, and then boom, I get my little fucking 1-inch boner. I'm like, no one's in the room, and I honestly, no one taught me how to beat off. You know, you don't really have your dad be like, son, you're gonna get one day you get older, you're gonna watch porno, and this is how you jerk off. You know, you didn't. You
never get proper jerk off instructions from your dad.
I mean, you just learn. And so I started going to town, and I would finish, and it'd be clear. And then it turned into the point of, like, I knew where he had a stereo, and he would use a screwdriver and unscrew it, and he would have like stuff back there, like more than just the fucking cassette tape. And you know, you're a little kid, and you're like, "Why is there a gun back?" Thinking, my cousin's 11, but it was normal, right? Whatever. Yeah, at the time, dead serious, dead fucking serious. And I swear to God. And so, but I was embarrassed because, you know, I didn't get the birds and the bees talk. Like, hey, masturbating at 9 years old is normal. So I would always go back, and I would pop in the porn and remember it would be like at 13 minutes and 19 seconds, and I'd be like 13:19, and I would pop it out, and I'd watch porn, and I'd jerk off, and I'd rewind it all the way back, which took forever back in the day.
Yeah.
Rewind, 13:19, pause, eject, put it back in the speaker. Fucking nobody taught me how to unscrew a speaker, right? That's probably because I'm Hispanic and I figured it out on my own. No big deal. But dude, that was like the first porn that I watched, and what was funny about it is my stepdad is from Germany, right? Cool. Well, he used to work for Mercedes-Benz as a mechanic / engineer. And so his name is Wolfgang. Badass, right? He's a cool dude. And he would talk like this when he just moved to America and all this. So the porn that we watched, there was a mechanic and he was working on a car, and some girl comes in and she's speaking English to him, and he doesn't speak her language, and he's like, and so he's working on the car, and I don't even know how it gets to it, but she grabs his dick, and then he looks at her and he goes, you want to see my piece then, eh? Right? And all my cousins, we would always laugh. We'd watch his porn multiple times, and we would always laugh. So
At Piston?
you want to see my piece then, eh? Right? And so my stepdad had just started dating my mom at about like 9 because they got married when I was 11. And so and he was from Germany. So when he would come in for like 2 weeks, family function, all my cousins would start laughing. And then he'd be like, hello, how are you guys? And all my cousins would be like, I want to see my piston, eh? And at 9, 10, 11 years old, oh my God, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So we'd like scream crying, and he'd always be like, why you guys make fun of my English? And he had no clue. We're like, no, we're mocking you through a porn that we watch. You know, I'm fucking 9 and I beat off already. I watch porn with all my sick fuck cousins. So that's the first porn I ever watched, man. And I wish that if someone is listening to this, that you can say, I swear to God, I seen it. I want to see how cheesy that clip is so I can go back and reminisce and just see how far I've come, right? Like, I can't beat off to that anymore. You know what I mean?
You just go down. It gets darker and darker as the years go on.
Yeah, because you wonder if you can ever go back and if it still holds up.
I mean, back in the day, you'd be able to jerk off to just like you would see a girl on the street somewhere, or a Victoria's Secret catalog or some shit.
Dude,
it's like, hey, that's all I really. Now it's got to be like tentacle porn
or like Skinamax, right?
Or
if that came on, you were
all
like, all right, cool, that's fine.
The blurred out stuff, the whole deal,
Now it's like, all right, great. If there isn't a cut off goat head and blood dripping down, and
someone needs to be injured.
No,
no. Hey, by the way, I don't want to shatter one of your. I don't want to shatter one of your childhood dreams. But your cousin that was in the room didn't leave the porno watching to go take a shit.
Oh no, yeah,
no,
I get it now.
He went to go pound off, Ross.
Yeah, he did.
At the time, I had no clue, but bro, it turned into like, dude, I would just go and like when I was 9, I didn't just start beating off and discovering like, dude, I was going fucking hard like all the time. And I remember one time my mother caught me. It's so embarrassing, right? Not anymore. And she listens to all these episodes. So hi, Mom. Oh, it's also my mom's birthday. Mom, I love you. Right? Heart. Thanks for raising such a perfect fucking child.
After telling this elaborate
I'm about
story
to tell this. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm about to say a story about you. So I'm fucking 11 years old. And Channel 99 used to be the scrambled porn channel. Right?
Yep.
And you'd fucking, every once in a while, it'd cut to perfect picture, and you could see some dude railing someone out. Oh, shit, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, you'd kind of just put the pieces together. Mind you, again, no one's giving me the birds and bees talk, right? Which I'll get into here in a bit. But I'm watching scrambled porn, and I'm in a bed, and I'm fucking looking up, like, backwards, right? And I'm watching Channel 99, because my mom used to be like, hey, it's past 11, turn off the TV, and there'd be no lock on my door, right? First room I ever had, swear to God, to myself, when I started sleeping on beds, I was 11 years old. And I mean that. Colorful childhood. I regret none of it. So she gave me a room, doesn't put the lock on the door, like, I'm going to look after you. So she'd come in sometimes and just turn off the TV. Well, this time I'm watching Channel 99. And so I'm looking up, I'm beating off, I'm going to work, right? And the door opens and she's like, hey, it's past 11. Oh, shit. I grab the remote. Boom. Turn off the TV, and I pretend I'm asleep. Throw the covers over me. And she starts laughing really loud. She walks right back in, presses the power button, and all you hear is in the background. And I'm not just closing my eyes. I'm fucking closing my eyes. Like, please go away. And my mom pulls the sheets just over my face, looks at me, and she says, I see. Like, oh, yeah. And she's like, I'm sure you're really asleep. And I'm like closing my eyes. And she just walks out of the room, not just laughing, like cracking up, and closes the door, leaves on the TV. I'm like, oh my God, my mom knows that I masturbate. My life is ruined. I turn off the TV. But of course I finish, right? Because, you can't stop. You can't stop after your mom catches you masturbating.
No, it's a medical issue at that point.
Yeah. So dude, that's that, right? Well, the next day I have friends over, and there's this girl named Veronica, right? She comes over with a bunch of friends, and I really like this girl, right? And my mom, out of nowhere, everyone's over. I'm having a fucking gay old time. We're good. And she says, guys, can you do me a favor? And they're like, yeah, sure, ma'am, sure. Can you tell Justin to stop watching Channel 99. I caught him watching it last night, and they all start, and I'm like, Mom.
How old are you?
I was 11 years old. Yeah. And then she goes, guys, for real, tell them to please stop, because I don't want to have to pay half a price for half a nipple. And they're all, I'm like, Mom, like, my life is ruined. But that's my mother. If you guys hear me on the show, why I'm so open, and I don't want to say that it's fucked me up, because honestly, I'm pretty successful right now, right? And I grind and I joke about all this shit, but the reason I am the way I am, it's because of my family and my upbringing. Like, who does that to a child? Catches a master. Like, a normal person would be like, hey, I'm going to talk to you about the birds and the bees. Like, this, this goes in here and you can get pregnant. But no, it was just, hey, tell them to stop watching Channel 99. And I'm fucking, oh my God. I got caught by her beating off, right? It's fucking weird. I got caught by my uncle one time in 7th grade.
Really?
Right?
What did he say?
Okay, I got this one. Mind you, real quick, on the whole watching porn at an early age thing, you know what that does? When you're 15 and you lose your virginity, you realize that it's not normal to like lose your virginity to some girl and be like fish hooking her and be like choking her, right?
Stepping on her head and shit.
Yeah, like
Making her throw up while you're doing anal.
Yeah, you got to take a step back. Like, tell me you love me, you fucking whore. And
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
can't do
what?
that.
Like, yeah, how many hearts have you broken? You fucking cunt. Like, can't do that apparently, right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah. Anyway, going back to the uncle story, right?
Yeah.
My mom was out of town visiting my stepdad, right, in Germany. They're out on vacation. So she asks my aunt and uncle to take care of me. Fair enough. So that's cool, right? And so he's got to go to work in the morning, and he's got a pretty big house, and he's got this giant fucking restroom, but it's all tile. And right in the center of this giant restroom, it's really big, there's carpet. Right? Meaning that when I lay down on the floor to beat off before I got in the shower, it was cold everywhere but that one spot in the center of this huge fucking restroom. So I found his porn stash. And by porn, it was Playboy. But again, you're fucking, 13?
Yeah, Playboy works.
Playboy works. So I have like the spreadsheet one, right? I'm looking at it, and I'm, again, giant restroom. I'm on the carpet, and for some reason, I just lay down real quick, and I'm like, fuck it. And I just start going to work, and I'm looking at this porn, but I'm facing the door, right? And I've been showering for fucking ever. And because it's taking so long, my uncle's got to go to work. He's like, God damn it. So he was about to open the door and be like, hey, man, like uses a screwdriver, like, hey, man, hurry up.
Yeah.
And he fucking opens the door. I'm butt naked facing the door, and I'm going to work. Just fucking
Spread eagle, probably.
Dude, spread eagle. Yeah. And dude, the door opens up, and he's like, hey, man, and he just leaves and closes the door. I'm like, fuck. My uncle knows that I beat off. Like, fuck. So whatever.
But of course, position, by the way.
But of course.
Yeah, just
what do? I fucking finish because I ain't no sex coward.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't want to be a sex coward.
You never be a sex coward.
Always masturbation shamed
Always
either.
finish, brother. So
no, you don't want to allow that. That's like bullying. You have to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right away.
That's
so
why
you knew that as a young kid. Did you give yourself credit for that?
I jerk off in public for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm not going to feel bad about what I do to my own body.
Dude, we end up driving after this, right? And because my mom's out of town, I am like 15, 20 minutes away from my school, right? Because he lives kind of on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
So you better believe the whole car ride home, he never mentioned like, hey, how was it? How was your masturbation session, right? None of that. It was just fucking silent, drops me off. He's like, have a good day at school. And I'm like, thanks, uncle. Boom, right? Never brought it up again. So, of course, I go through the Marine Corps. I get kind of, fucked up or whatever they want to call you after that's all said and done. And, whatever, dude. I fucking... No, excuse me. Excuse me 1 second.
Oh, he's got to pay. You get to drink a beer for this? You're going full beer for this story is what I like.
There's so much trauma that's coming to the surface right now that he had to pull it back down.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to cry, brother. No. So I get out of the Marine Corps, and I'm fucking drinking, and everybody's having fun. They're drinking beers, etc. And I don't know why, in front of everybody, because you get really dark in the Marine Corps. We're talking, and he starts making fun of me, like, well, what are you, gay? Or something, like joking, right? Like uncles do. And I'm like, remember when you caught me beating off facing the door when I was in 7th grade? And he just fucking, like, for sure he remembers it. And I started, like, honing, and he just fucking changes the subject. And I was like, yeah, who's the gay one now? Who's the gay one now, Uncle Faggot? Like, I showed you, motherfucker. Like, Anyway, 2 times I've ever been busted beating off my family members. You guys just have that piece of me. Boom. Anyway, so how was your night last night?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna-
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Look, again, I was watching your stories last night. There appeared, again, girl, super hot. You were choking yourself.
Yeah.
And then it cut to 2 girls, possibly strippers.
Yeah. Actually,
They
they
were
were
on
all
each other?
strippers. They were all strippers.
So you were out with all strippers last night on the 4th.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but they were walking up to me. My homeboy Xander, right?
Yeah.
Is pulling girls like, hey, talk to my friend. I'm like, dude, he keeps doing this. And they start coming up to me.
He's actually a great wingman, by the way.
fucking
He
great.
is, yeah.
He owns H Factor. He's one of the owners of H Factor Water.
And the dog that you hate is kind of a pussy.
It's not that I hate the dog, dude.
Yeah, you hate the dog. I've seen your private diary,
I don't look.
and there's a whole chapter in there
I
about how
told
you
him
hate
I was
this
like,
dog.
look, I'm not a pit bull guy. I have 3 of my best friends, children's have been attacked, and they had to put him down. One
They
just
put the kid down or the dog?
the dog, but one straight up just said, "Hey, we're going around back to the woods." Pow!
Yeah.
Did it himself.
Yeah, it happens.
Because he was like, "Hey." The dog was like 6. Like they'd had it for like 6
You have to
years.
take responsibility for your
Correct
for your dog,
for your
sometimes.
animals.
So
but by all accounts, Sanders' dog
Yeah.
is fine out in public and it's great.
Yeah.
But he's a great wingman. So when you go out with him, there's a good chance that everybody's getting laid.
He's going
right?
to bring you strippers. Right?
Well,
I didn't know there were strippers.
yeah. You don't.
But,
you never know they're strippers
no.
right off the
But
gate.
they were like,
until-
hey, get my number. We should hang out. I work tomorrow, though. You want to come see me at work? I'm like, what do you do? They're like, I dance. And I'm like, bitch, like, you think, no, I'm 33. Like, how old are you? 22. And I wouldn't say this, right? But I was like, oh, right. They're all 22. I'm like, you think that works on me? That works on, like, young kids, 22-year-olds. Like, oh, dude, she's a fucking stripper. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I work hard for my money. And I think I've mentioned this in the past, but you remember my rotisserie chicken story?
Oh
No?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where like when I've been poor as fuck and had to wait $5 family night on Thursdays, and I would buy 4, and that was my food for the week. So anytime they dance now, you know, I'm like, bitch, you know how many rotisserie chickens that is? I'm not giving you $20, you fucking
this piece of shit's gonna start showing up with like fucking potato salad and
Yeah.
check at the strip clubs.
Like,
Like,
hey,
here,
yeah.
just tipping them with fucking
You wanna
Southern
dance,
food.
baby? Like, why do you do this? I need to support myself. I'm in college. You want a rotisserie chicken? I bought it last Wednesday. It's still good. I'll give you 2 if you fucking blow me. Like, you know, like fucking. You want to play? You want to fucking play? You will not win. Okay, I'm 33, bitch. I'm
So how did
33.
it shake out? Did any of you guys fuck last night?
I fucked myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
I watched.
yeah. Well,
But dude, these girls they were out there dancing. They were twerking, and I start videoing one of them. I'm sure some of you guys saw my story. And some fucking creep walks up. He's like, "Hey, brother, you work in marketing. You know that they have to sign something before you publish that." And I'm like, No, we're in a public place. He's like, "You're at a private bar," and he's got the bar towel. So obviously, he works at the bar. And I'm just like, right on, man. And I know he's probably gonna try and get us kicked out or whatever. He's like, I'm not mad, brother. I'm just saying for the future. And I'm like, right on. So I'm like, let's go. And we leave. This fucking creep follows me, and I'm waiting for him to do something stupid so I can flex on him. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right? Maybe I pull my pants down. Maybe
Just
I
start
fucking-
peeing on his legs.
Yeah, dude. You know, and
For real.
dude, it was so annoying, right? But I didn't really get another opportunity because he just kind of stayed quiet the rest of the night. So cool. There was that girl. And then, but she started saying some pretty racist shit, to be honest.
really?
I swear to God.
Oh yes,
she
super.
white?
Yes.
Yes.
What was she talking about?
She dropped a couple of hard R's.
Hard fucking R's. And immediately I was
R's.
like, all right. Like,
the N word.
Yeah.
Ross.
Really?
yeah, she was dancing
Get
with.
the fuck out
swear
of
to
here.
God.
I never hear
yeah.
that shit out in public.
No, people.
Dude,
You don't.
bro.
Especially you don't say that to like. If you're racist, I guess you're racist or whatever, and you know other racist people probably, but you don't
Yeah.
just like go to someone in public and say shit like that.
I'm trying to think of when the last time I heard that out of somebody's mouth.
Like in public, it's probably
In
Michael
public?
Richards.
Yes, you're right. The guy from Seinfeld. That was
Yeah.
probably the last time where I was like, Jesus Christ. And,
Yeah.
and even then, what was that, 2005?
It was a
It was a
while
long
back,
time
yeah.
ago. Even then, it was shocking. And you were just like, Jesus. You always feel like we're beyond that as a fucking
Fuck
culture
yeah, we
now.
are. We should be.
Yeah.
Dude.
So
Like,
what was her fucking
Dude,
deal?
she would like walk
She
up.
kept telling us that she didn't date anybody outside of her race.
Why? You
I
guys
don't know.
are.
She said it out loud.
Why is she saying that to you guys, Dan? You're the whitest person on the face
I
of
am
the
the
planet.
Because she was
whitest.
trusting us. She would dance with people of other race, right?
Yeah.
And she'd come back and be like, "Oh, gross." And then she looks at me. She's like, "I would never date outside my race. That guy just asked me for my number." And I'm like,
Yeah, like seriously,
Dude.
she was surrounded by black dudes dancing with all of them.
Yeah.
And then walked back over to him and said that and said something similar to me. She actually said,
guarantee you she probably fucked 2 black dudes last night.
Oh, I hope so.
And that's fine, you know?
I hope she did.
Rightfully so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope they say fucking crazy shit to her and they make her say fucking crazy shit. You know what I mean? Because, dude, after that, I was like, I'm done here. Like, I'm not talking to this chick. Like, also, she doesn't know I'm half Mexican. Like, I'm raised Hispanic. I speak fucking Spanish. My mother's from Mexico. Like, fuck you, bitch. Right? So, whatever. We abandoned them. And then Dan spends the rest of the night telling me, you know what I like telling people? This is my Dan impersonation. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
You ready? Fucking hat. Is this a MAGA hat? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's like, you know what I like to tell people? That this song is about the Holocaust. Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, try it. Start telling people this song's about the Holocaust. So what me and Dan would do.
Like I do it when any random song, because people, there's a couple, it's like the stages of grief or whatever. Like you go through a couple of stages, like disbelief is the first one. Like, there's no way this song is about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And then they start listening to the lyrics. It's like, no, there's no way.
Well, it's because the way you word it to people, you say it's so just deadpan that you're just like
you know this song is about the Holocaust.
Yeah, you know this song's about the Holocaust, right? Yeah. And it was like,
no.
Wait, is it? And I'm like, fuck, no, it's not. No, and I have to tell people, no, it's not.
He tried it out.
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah. People were not having it, right, at all. Right? And I was like, this is going to be my pickup line.
What song?
Wait, hold on. It was every song.
Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi.
Yeah. But what we would do is we would hear a song, and we'd be like, this song is, and we would try and relate it. And me and him would kind of joke, like, oh, and then it's fucked up.
We were telling the dude, like, how the lyrics related back to the Holocaust and stuff.
Yeah. And so, dude, I walk into the restroom, and it gets crowded. There's 4 pissers, and they're like the old school long urinals. You remember those? The little tall ones? So, you know, whatever. Fucking these people are pissing, and it gets kind of crowded. And one guy makes like a remark. Like, there's one spot next to me, and he goes, it's getting kind of crowded in here. It's getting weird. And he's like, whatever. And so I'm like, small talk. And I thrive in awkward situations, right? Just fucking whatever. I wasn't trying to make this like a story for tomorrow. I live my life, and I simply tell stories. Like, none of this shit is made up, right? So I'm fucking pissing. And then it's, you know, he makes the comment about this is being kind of weird, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, yeah, man, I'm using a pickup line all night. And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, fucking, I'll see if it works. And then he's continuing the piss. And then I said, dude, you know this song was written about the Holocaust? And he's pissing, and he's like, what, really? Really? And he's like, whoa, we're halfway there. Like, right? And he's like, really? And real serious with his cock in hand, he looks at me, he's like, I'm going to have to look that up. And I'm like, it is, bro. Think about it. Living on a prayer, you see? And then he's like, man, I'm going to have to look that up. And I'm like, I'm kidding, dude, but that's my pickup line. I'm going to use it all night. No one's having it, though. And then he's like pissing still. And he's like, man, like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. And in his mind, he's like, millions of people died. I get it. It's fucked up, right? Humor. Like, I hold nothing back on humor in every aspect. I might catch some flack for this one. Don't care. Right. Anyway, so he's pissing, and he's like, "Hey, man, don't say that. Like, don't use that one." I was like, "Hey, it's working." He's like, "No, it's not gonna work." And I'm like, "You're talking to me, aren't you? You're here pissing." And he's like, he like kind of tenses up with his shoulders, and I'm like, I'm fucking around, and I walk out. I'm like, yes, right. I can't wait to tell fucking Dan and like fucking millions of people tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so
it's so funny.
Yeah, I walk by, dude, or I walk out, and I'm like, dude, okay, and right as he exits the restroom. I was texting my buddy. I'm trying to line up this fight, right? And he walks right by me, and he's like, hey, don't say that as a pickup line, man. And I'm like, And I go back, and I see Dan. I'm like, dude, did you see that, motherfucker? And he's like, dude, you should walk up, because he was dancing with some girl. He's like, you should walk up, start dancing, start grinding with a girl, and be like, this song's about the Holocaust. Like, and then we start joking, like, you should walk up and start whispering, like, why this specific song is written about the Holocaust. Like, apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. And you're like the first to keep their feet warm, you know? Like, it's fucked up.
They were hiding apples inside their bottoms because that's all they could eat.
And their jeans. And they had boots with the fur and fucking.
See, you keep telling me that joke isn't funny. It's not that the joke is funny. It's that the aftermath of the joke is funny.
Yeah,
you ever seen?
Here's the thing. I've heard it 80 million times at this point. So every single song that comes on,
dude, it's funny. Pour some sugar on me. We're saying
exactly.
that like
every single song. You know the songs about the Holocaust.
Yeah,
I know. You've told me 1,000 times.
Yeah, but I use it as a fucking pickup line.
I'm never gonna stop either.
Yeah.
Did it work at all?
No, fuck no, it didn't.
No, that will never work.
I talked to a guy, made him show me. You know, he had his cock in his hand.
How was
as he was pissing. Right. I wonder where he's at tonight. He's probably gonna tell a story like, man, this fucking weirdo I met. Like,
hands
fucked
down.
up years, dude. I'm pissing, and this guy says the song's about the Holocaust. I was like, well, we're halfway there. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, I think it's great, dude.
Yeah, I think it's fucking awesome. Shit, we always just keep talking and we forget about the sponsors. We got some sponsors to pay for this whole fucking shit wagon to be on the air. Speaking of the Holocaust, Ghost Bet. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, too soon? Tough crowd. Yeah, we're gonna lose some people here. I get it.
We try to do the most fucked up things for our sponsors
Yeah,
just to push the edge. We haven't gotten a call from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros yet that says, hey, we're offended by anything, which is great. It's got to be a record, right?
Well, the episode 100 was
sponsored by another mattress company. Yes, it was. And
so
not as nice as Ghostbed. And yeah, fucking A. I don't think they were.
We've
happy
said
about
some terrible
anything.
things about ghost beds.
Yes.
Not about the quality. The quality is amazing.
No. And the read of the sponsorship, it's the best bed on the planet.
Yeah.
We all have them. They're on every fucking room. We really try to push it with what we say about the sponsors.
Yeah.
And again, we've only had pushback, I think, once with the I'm not going to say which company it was, but
It was a Michael Vick joke.
yes, it was a Michael Vick joke, and it was a dog company, and they were not stoked about it.
No, they weren't happy about
Yeah.
that. Although, I mean, that's stupid just from a marketing perspective. You know your audience better than they do.
Yeah, that's what I say.
So
Lay down on a ghost bed. It's probably what you jacked off on last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
I was
if
9
you-
years old. Since I was 9 years old, jerking off in ghost beds.
Yeah, ghost beds.
I don't
Actually-
think the one he was on had the protector.
No.
Your bed is
mattress
pregnant.
protector?
Also, get tested.
Great.
Get tested, brother.
Can't wait to
Get your bed tested for
to
chlamydia.
pull the sheets
'cause
off of that and see your whole fucking lifespan.
It's a science
Civilizations of
experiment, yeah.
mankind just seeping on that ghost bed right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, God damn it, dude. Most of them were down in probably what Mayan?
Ecuador?
Were they Mayan? Probably.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's
We're gonna
Mexican.
see all of them.
Mexicans, all the same.
Ecuadors love ghost beds too.
Happy birthday, Mom. She's I love you.
Great gift for moms. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Best mattresses on the planet. They got the hottest 4th of July deals going on. They're extending them a week, so it's not too late. Go there. If you're military or first responder, you get 15% off forever. Scroll down the bottom of the page. Click it on. Also, 36 months. No interest, pay-as-you-go program. And they've got like one of these Wheel of Fortune things now where you can just spin it and get something else for free. Last month, I think, was the free cover. I don't know what they're giving
I don't
away
know what it
month.
is this month.
Usually it's free pillows or free sheets, but I'll hit up Rich and see what it is. Love ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. All the reviews are by actual listeners. So that way you're not getting, some paid review or some bullshit on there. Like it's actual listeners who are using this product.
I mean, you go into the Facebook groups, you can talk to a dozen people probably in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Who have bought these because of us and sleep on them.
Yeah,
he knows shit. Like 2 days ago after he first got here, slept on it, and he came out. The first thing he said in the morning was like, "Man, like I usually sleep on my floor, but this bed is really comfortable."
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
fucking
wow.
awesome. I think you were talking about on the last episode. Huge fans of ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Next up, we've got the boner pill. It's Roman ED. GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros is where you can get all of your erectile needs. Are you gonna pop in a boner pill tonight? We've got them at the
Dude,
house.
I've been taking them rectally. They work wonders every day. Just like I take my Advil and my Tylenol.
Yeah, you got to take your boner
It's
meds.
harder, man.
Comes in a discreet box. Packaging is, what is it, unmarked?
I think it just has an R on it or something.
Yeah. My
not
thing is,
mistaken.
because my wife just opens up all my shit when it comes.
Yeah.
So it's just like when those came in the mail, she's like, what's going on here?
I've started having weird shit shipped to your house.
Yeah, you
In your
really
name.
have. Yeah, in my name,
Yeah.
and then it shows up and it's like, hey.
That'll be a show at some point, but it's not ready yet. It's a long con.
Not ready. Well, this pocket pussy thing is the same thing. You know that, right? There's a crazy story behind this, which we'll get to after the sponsors. Is this? I want to get your thoughts on this because it seems like something you would do.
Jesus.
Yeah, dead serious. Go to GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros. Get your fucking boner pills. 20% off, right?
It's the yeah, that's right, and it's that time of year.
It is.
It's always that time of year to have a boner.
Always
you
that
should
time
not
of year to have a sweet wood.
If
I
you're
was 9 years old, I've been taking Roman.
if you're
Yeah.
Jesus. If you're a man and you don't wake up with a boner every morning, I recommend staying on this drug. Take one every like 2 or 3, 4 days maybe.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourself. Everybody's body's a little different. But get you a little bit of that TRT, get those test levels up, take you some boner pills, and just walk around like a raging caveman all day.
You're good to go. You're good to go. And look, this is the company you're seeing everywhere. These guys are all over ESPN. And
that commercial is pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, man. So it's a great product. And again, you don't have to go to a doctor or anything. They just ship it to you, and you're good to go. You take a little quiz, and that's it. Last but not least, we've got expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros.
Yep.
Cybersecurity. Tell us about it.
Cybersecurity is, well, I mean, you guys saw it with, I don't know when this is actually going to air, but I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago from when this will air,
Yep.
Facebook Messenger, Instagram, everything was fucked up. Twitter DMs.
All of it. Did they ever say what it was?
WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, WhatsApp as well.
Up,
yeah.
Which is an international service primarily. So,
Correct, yeah.
I mean, it seems like it was a denial of service attack, which, ExpressVPN is not going to stop that. But what denial of service attacks do is break down basic defenses on your device. So if you're interacting with things like Facebook and Instagram and shit like that, while they're getting attacked like that, your account information on there becomes vulnerable. And, if you use that phone, if your device, desktop or phone gets compromised and your banking shit is on there, because everybody's is now, on your phone or your desktop, one of the two, you're fucked.
You are. So you got to go to expressvpn.com, protect your shit, /Drinkin Bros. Expressvpn.com /Drinkin Bros. Protect your shit is only $7 a month, runs seamlessly on your laptops, hard tops. Yeah.
It's insurance for your digital devices.
Phones, tablets, everything, man.
And you can use VPNs.
And you get 3. So, if you sign up for a year, you get 3 free months. I have it running in all my shit.
Yeah.
It's the only way I feel safe. Go to expressvpn.com /Drinkin Bros today. So I want to talk about this pocket pussy that's on your desk with the asshole here.
Wait, how long have you had this thing?
This is the story that I wanted to get into, because I think this is really fucking crazy, right? We have a neighbor. She's cute girl.
Is this her pocket pussy?
No.
Is this the neighbor just met?
Is she the one that was in here?
No, not the other one. So my wife's got a bevy of hot friends, right, who live in the neighborhood, and they're all married, obviously. And her and her husband have been getting these packages from Amazon unmarked from somebody. Don't know where they're coming from. And progressively over the last...
And it's sexual shit?
2 or 3 months. No, it's all across the board. So it's like a watch, like a sports watch,
What the fuck?
Sometimes it's headphones, and then it's graphic
Wait,
sex
is it
toys.
like men's stuff or women's stuff?
Both. And it's like, man, what the
fuck
is going... Yeah. And it just keeps escalating. And the last thing they got 3 days ago was this, which is a pocket pussy on one side, the asshole on the other, so you could fuck it with 2 dudes can fuck that.
I don't know if that's what it was designed to do.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like a Chinese finger trap, I think,
yeah,
honestly.
I think maybe.
Oh, shit, I'm stuck.
So it's you go onesies with it?
I'm stuck.
I think you can just choose, go one or the other. I don't think they designed it with the intent
honestly,
of 2 dudes banging that thing at once.
Well, so here's the thing. Some of these gifts have ranged, and they're pretty expensive. Like the watch was expensive.
Do you know what kind of watch it was?
Expensive. Yeah, it was like whatever just beneath the Apple iWatch is.
Okay.
Just beneath
so
that.
Like $200 probably.
Yeah, that's what she said. When she looked it up, it was about $200.
Like a Fitbit or something like that?
Yeah. And
holy shit, dude.
Yeah, and you plug it in. She was getting all kinds of shit, and then this showed up. She called Amazon and said, hey, she thought it was maybe a glitch in the system that she was getting charged for it, whatever. And then we're like, look, we have no records of that. And then she said, well, who is sending me this shit? And they can't tell her, or they're not allowed to tell her, or they can't find where it's coming from, and should have filed some report with Amazon.
Yeah.
But these packages kept coming for close to 3 months, and I was like, oh, man, now that I know that this
I wouldn't
exists,
have called.
Well,
I would have just let it play out and see what happens.
Same, but if you're in a neighborhood and you've got 2 children, right, and you're getting pocket pussy sent to you by strangers,
that one's a little weird, yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, look,
you have to. At that point.
What's next is what I would want to know,
and that's what they were wondering. So every day was something different. Like one day it was like a fly fishing kit, and then
so what is it though? Like what if we boiled it down to?
There's no answer. And so my question is this: now that you know this, and it can't be traced, right, and you're able to do it to other people.
Well, they can shut your account down.
They could,
but they're not going to ever tell her who it was unless the person violates a restraining order or something. right? Because like Amazon would need a legal impetus to release their customer information to an outside party. That's privacy laws, so they can't legally give her that information.
Where'd you go to law school? I'm kidding.
Just basic human intelligence, Justin. So, anyways, yeah, I mean, Baker does this.
He does this?
Baker Levitt sends Logan, especially Logan Stark from Black Rifle.
Yeah.
He's the head content dude over there. So he sends him just random household goods. Like, no shit. Like, just like those little shitty salt and pepper shakers. He'll send him that. And he's been doing it for years.
Does Logan know it?
Yes.
Oh, he does? Okay.
He knows. And he's just like, I'm like, dude, there's like 4 packages for you up here. What is this? And it's like Tupperware and shit. I'm like, why did you buy this? He's like, I didn't. Baker's been sending me this shit for like 2 years. I'm like, why? It's all for him.
Now that we know this, Justin, what would you send to people?
That's a good question. Shit.
Oh, man. That would have been a perfect
Because there's
time.
some weird stuff on Amazon. I'm actually going to look on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, look, because I was really surprised that they sold this. Like, dude, I had a fucking book ban for a month, for Christ's sakes. I'm surprised you can buy a fucking pocket pussy.
Dude, I brought Adriana Chechik's pocket pussy on Amazon.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
No shit.
There's all kinds of butt plugs on here.
Somebody gave me a $50 gift card, right? And then I'm like, what can I buy on Amazon? Oh, my. And I bought, I mean, it's more than that.
Did you use it?
No, brother, never. What kind of person do you think I am?
Come on.
Disgusting, Justin. Somebody wrote in and asked if we could call you DJ from like Full House.
Full House,
Yeah.
DJ Tanner, yeah.
DJ Tanner. So
I want to ask you why they call you DJ. I'm like, I'm a dick jockey.
Yeah. Dick jockey.
that's all you
I
do.
don't know.
I looked up butt plugs on Amazon.
Yeah.
And there's a book here called The Baby Jesus Butt Plug. It's a novel, and I have no idea what it's about, but I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
Look, there's a dude in a old school gas mask, by the way.
Yeah, on the front. It's really creepy.
Weird flex.
Yeah, that's a strange one. But you can get pretty much anything. We had a fucking TV shipped to the office here.
Oh, yeah.
Smashed
It looked like
pieces.
fucking Van Damme Roundhouse kicked the fuck out of it
Jesus
80 or 90
Christ,
times.
man.
Man, I've never seen anything show up from any shipping company that was that fucked up before.
Crazy.
Like, that's the most fucked up I've seen an item.
Same. Super shocked by it, where it was like, Jesus Christ.
I wasn't shocked. Like, come on. You're involved in it, then it's going to go wrong.
Technology.
If it's Uber,
not there.
if it's Amazon, if it's you trying to order fucking food online or talk to another human being, all those things go wrong
Yeah.
constantly for you. Like my ex-girlfriend's brother-in-law was like that. His name's Eric.
Uh-huh.
Shit would always go wrong for him and his wife. If she was at the table and you guys were all ordering food, somebody's order got messed up like every single time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's some kind of karmic
It
justice
doesn't happen in restaurants.
being doled out on her. No, you're pretty good in restaurants.
Yeah, it doesn't happen in
Well,
restaurants. Uber,
except for that one
Uber's
waitress
fucked
at
Yeah. We ordered 18-minute fucking wing. They have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be cooked.
Oh,
swear
no,
to
no,
God,
no. I'm
18
talking-
minutes.
I'm
but
talking about
that's a big debate of how crispy people like their wings. I don't like the movie Around His Skin on wings.
No, that's gross.
I like them cooked for fucking
I want to
18
hear
minutes.
from Drinkin' Bros on this, actually.
Same.
How do you like your wings? Do you like them soggy? Do you like them dry rub? Do you like them... Because we like them the same. Crispy, but
Super
with
crispy.
sauce.
So does my wife, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't want a floppy wing in my hand. It's
I don't
disgusting,
either.
man.
Nope.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of
that's
baked
what it
wings
feels like.
either. I'm
No,
like, dude, that's just barbecue
it's dry
chicken.
as fuck, yeah.
Yeah, that's just
I don't-
fucking barbecue chicken.
No, I want fried. If I'm going to kill myself with fried food, I want to do it the right way.
Exactly. 100%. What about you? Where's your stance? Where do you go wing-wise, Justin?
On a chicken wing, man. I mean,
You don't seem to be too picky about food.
yeah, dude. I mean, I just
taco.
Ranch or blue cheese? That's the other debate.
100% ranch.
You're a Texas guy, but you lived in California for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you're Ranch Nation.
Whataburger or In-N-Out, motherfucker.
Ooh.
Yeah, because
How
we
about
had
that?
Graham Allen was on the show, and this
Yeah.
this
Another
sparked a huge
Texan. Yeah, because
debate.
he's new to Texas, and he's already getting shit about it.
Yeah.
Man, it's fucking tough. To be honest, dude, I'm from Texas. Moved to California, lived there on and off 14 years.
Uh-huh.
Right, live back in Texas again. And I'm gonna have to go with Whataburger to be real.
Ugh, there's
No
no way.
way.
I
No
have
way.
to.
So
What if
wing-wise, first of all, I go blue cheese. You? Blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch, yeah.
Ooh, fuck. Jesse's ranch. I'm like,
I like both, but I prefer ranch.
all right, I'm blue
'Cause
cheese
I'm from
all the way.
That's surprising because you're from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Southern people love ranch dressing.
And you know, my parents are all ranch on wings as well. And usually your taste comes from what your parents get.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want the blue cheese. I love it.
love
That's
cum.
my jam.
I love cum. Yeah. See what I did there? Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. Love you.
I like
face
Winky
heart.
face. Thanks for not aborting me.
I like blue cheese when it goes with the wings. I don't think blue cheese goes with buffalo sauce. Like those two flavors don't complement each other.
Ah, they do.
I think that certain types of wings,
They made
blue
a
cheese
chip.
go really well with.
They made a fucking chip out of it. Blue
They
cheese.
made fucking ketchup chips too, and that's disgusting.
But they made blue
Look,
cheese in Buffalo. They did not make a ranch in Buffalo.
One of my favorite people
Chip.
on earth is from Canada.
Who?
You don't know her.
Oh,
It's no one you know.
It's your Canadian girlfriend that no one knows in the Niagara Falls area.
Build the wall. Build the wall. Until we find out who she is, build the fucking wall.
Are we building a northern wall now? That's kind of like Game of Thrones style, isn't it?
We
Let's
can.
do that. Let's get one of those fucking
Snow
Westerosi
Mexicans.
walls
It's
up
the
there.
Snow Mexicans
Snow
that
Mexicans,
don't
yes.
want to
Anyways,
About all those nice people.
they have weird shit up there, like ketchup-flavored chips. That's weird to me.
It is, yes.
My first experience with that was actually overseas, like in Iraq.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like we got, I don't know where it was Halliburton, so KBR provided all the food over there,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know who they were getting it from because it wasn't standard American food. You know what I mean? Like it was Lay's.
I got you.
It was Lay's potato chips, but it was like flavors that you don't see in
It had
America.
Arabic written on it, too, on the packaging.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happens. There's certain test markets in America where they test out shit, and if it doesn't do well, I always wondered where that ends up. It's kind of like those Super Bowl shirts for the losing team,
Yes.
where they send them
Oh,
all to Africa.
yeah.
And you've seen that special where you're just like, oh, there's over in Africa, there's
Yeah.
kids that have never known who won the Super Bowl for the last 30
Cowboys,
years.
world champions.
Yeah.
Fuck
And you're just
yeah.
like,
What
no,
if they
were
here's
not.
my question. What if they developed a time machine and then went back in time and bet the entire country's money on these wrong teams? I think we need to let them know. What if they went Back to the Future style, right?
Yeah.
Like Biff.
And just started
But
betting
all
on
their
it.
information is wrong.
Yeah. They bet on the Falcons.
What era?
23.
What
Throw
era?
more money on it for the fourth quarter prop bet.
We're just fucking Africans over, right? At this point, right? We have to give them good information.
So when I watched that special, it was on SportsCenter. I felt terrible. I was like, oh my
It's
God.
weird, but
'Cause they look
what
happy
else?
as shit. They're playing soccer, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
what
dude,
else are you gonna do though? Like other than try, I don't know if you can recycle cotton clothes. I don't
you
even know how that
can't.
works.
You can't.
So you have to do something with it.
Yeah.
May as well just give it to these guys.
Strange, man. You're just giving.
It's a little weird, yeah.
because you're telling them an outcome that didn't happen.
That's right,
And
yeah.
they're wearing it with pride as they're playing soccer in whatever
There's
war-torn
somebody
area they're in.
There's a whole group. Can you imagine the early 90s? The Bills lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls.
Yeah.
There are like 400,000 Bills championship
Congratulations,
shirts
Bill.
from 91 to 94 or whatever the fuck it was, 90 to 94.
If you came over here back then, like you finally came to America, and you're like, man, I'm the biggest Bills fan ever. They won 4
Everybody's
times
like,
back to back. It's like,
no,
no,
never happened. They lost all
Yeah,
those,
they
and
never
also
won.
their fans jumped through tables and shit. So,
Best Bills
Oh,
Mafia.
it's the
It's
best,
the
yeah.
best
Do you
in the
remember
biz.
when the Cowboys beat them 52-17?
Yeah, yeah.
What was it, like 93?
I think it was Leon Lett, right?
92, I think, was that year, right?
Yeah.
What wasn't that the Leon Lett year where the guy knocked it out of his arm?
Oh yeah,
BB?
yeah. When he's running for the
Yeah, because it could have been worse than that.
yeah, it would have been worse. Yeah.
It would have been worse than that.
Can
But
you, has there been? What's the most points scored in a Super Bowl by one team? Is it
I don't know.
60?
I feel like as a kid,
52 is a lot of fucking points for an NFL game.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. As a kid, the Super Bowl was always a blowout. It seemed like there was one close game where the guy missed the field goal for I believe it was the Giants, or the Bills. No, the Bills. Fucking the Bills kicker missed.
Okay.
What was his name? They almost fucking killed him. Scott something. Either way, I feel like there was a lot of blowouts in the Super Bowl as a kid. I feel like as we've gotten to adults, the games have been pretty goddamn good. And
My
at
whole
least
childhood
relatively.
was a blowout, actually.
Yeah.
Scott Norwood.
That's it. Scott Norwood.
Yep.
He missed that fucking field goal.
He did not make it.
No, he didn't. I'm sure that didn't affect the rest of his life.
No.
Or there was an entire movie made about him.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was called Buffalo 66.
Well, do you remember that
or-
Angels pitcher? I think he was a Hispanic guy. Do you remember this? Like in the 80s, he fucked up in the playoffs and then killed himself afterwards or some shit like
Holy
that.
shit.
Yes.
I forgot to tell
I
you
already
this,
know.
dude.
I already know where you're going.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it.
Last show you listened to, we did a full fucking story on on fake news.
Fake News 11.
Yes, fake news 11.
Yep.
Go back and listen to it. We did a full story on the 70-year-old man who had cheated at the LA Marathon and got caught. They found him dead this morning in the LA River.
Yeah, and it said
at 10 a.m.
it doesn't appear that he drowned. So what the fuck does that mean?
Looks like
if he's dead in the river and he didn't drown, are they saying that he had a heart attack, or are they saying that somebody brained him from behind?
He's not running with an observer next year.
yeah, spotter.
They're going to weekend at Bernie's him.
Well, there's one of two things, because there's an overpass, and I know where it's at, where you could jump, right? So he could have just jumped and called it a day.
Maybe.
Because it's concrete. It's not a fucking river. Let's face it. It's maybe 3 feet of water and then it's cement. So he could have just jumped and killed himself, or clacked off and then fell into the river. And then
maybe, or he had a heart attack. He's 70 years old. So.
People always say nice shit after people die. I feel bad. The other day we just bashed him. He dies the next day, and now we're like, "You're such a great runner." Like,
no, fuck him.
Look, I'm not gonna say fuck him.
Well, I'm not.
Weird flex.
No. I didn't.
Too soon.
I'm not glad.
I'm
not glad he's dead, but he definitely cheated. They have video evidence that he cheated
in two other races.
Yeah. Well, they don't have video evidence for the 2 other races, but the times are the same, like almost to the minute.
Yeah.
So he cheated probably in the same way in those other races too.
Agreed. So the weird thing about it is, I was reading this article. He talked to his wife this morning.
And she gave like a prepared response.
Yes, which was even
super
stranger.
What if she killed him?
Or she knew that it was going to happen.
She knew he was going to kill himself.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
She said, you guys question him being in the marathon, and now he's never going to be able to run any marathons anymore. And it was like, man, your husband just died.
Yeah, that's like, are you trying to make some
marathons would probably be the last thing I'd be talking about on the day of his death.
It seemed like something that a PR person would have said, not a wife who just lost her husband. Honestly,
right.
That's what I thought.
He'll never be able to cheat again.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the race.
No, but he seems like his career in medicine was actually really like good. Like he did a lot of pro bono work for low income families in Southern California and shit. So apparently apparently he has a great reputation as a physician.
Yeah,
and his work through that whole thing. But this stuff lately just.
I mean, you can't judge a man again on that. Like, he probably had a great life, and you can't judge a man off of cutting some corners in a marathon race, or can you, Dan?
No, but
man, I don't think he's a piece of shit or nothing. I just think, hey, you got caught, bro. You got to deal with it now.
Yeah, in today's world, man, with the media and everything, like, things are amped up so much. And look, you got 3 assholes on a podcast talking about it for
no.
15 minutes.
No. 4 assholes. Don't ever fuck that up again, brother.
Including the pocket pussy. 4 assholes talking about it. And now, all of a sudden, he dies. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah, I mean, I hope he didn't kill himself over that.
Yeah, like, dude, he had to have, right?
It seems like that's
There's
probably
no way
what it
you
was.
Just accidentally die the day after.
That would be very suspicious. Unless he had information about Hillary Clinton or something. That would make sense.
Well, then, yes, it would make complete sense.
You definitely get murdered for that. But no, it's. I hope that's not the case. I guess I could see why it was, because he's been praised for so long for doing well in like life and all this other stuff, that maybe the stress of all this attention fucked him over. I don't know. But it is what it is, man. That's the thing with me. You cheated and you got caught. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just move on with your life, man. But 70's old. Maybe he was done. He's like, you know what? Fuck it.
I guess, man. It's crazy though that.
But we don't know that he killed himself either.
What do you got, Jamie?
I already looked that up, Jamie. Thanks. 55 is the most points ever scored.
55-10. Okay.
Yeah.
49ers Broncos 1990. Yeah. Like I said, all these games as a kid were blowouts, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking down the list. 86 was the Bears against the Patriots, 46-10.
Yep.
Giants beat the Broncos 39-20. Redskins beat the Broncos 42-10. That next one's kind of weak, but the 49ers beat the Broncos 55-10. That's mid 80s through the 90s.
Yeah, none of them seem close. Growing up, though, I mean, now that Rams. I feel like that Rams Titans game was the one that changed it, where he was 1 yard short, and that's when all the Super Bowls started getting real good and really fucking close.
The Titans, was that the Bears? No, I'm sorry.
No, they were playing the Rams. Titans-Rams. It was Kurt Warner.
Yeah, it was 2000. It was 23-16 was the score, and Homeboy got down to like that. Was it Torrey Holt? Who was it?
Oh, yeah. I believe so. Either Holt or Marshall Falk.
I don't remember.
I think it was.
I have
a
Marshall Falk's autograph. No big deal.
Or Bruce. Was it Isaac Bruce?
It could have been Bruce. No, well, I mean, the Rams won, so it was one of the Titans players. I was wrong about that.
Yes.
God damn it.
Who fucking knows?
Can you
Eddie
believe
George.
that
We're just spouting off nonsense.
No, it
at this
was
point.
their
Can you believe the Cowboys are going to win this year?
They're not going
No.
to win. Are you a Cowboys
crazy.
fan?
No.
It's crazy.
Cowboys fans are the most fucking delusional.
I watch
NFL
every
fans.
year until they drop off.
It's crazy
which
to me.
obviously in the past hasn't been.
In college football,
I'm
it's,
getting
it's
flicked
Notre
off
Dame
back
fans.
there.
Yeah.
Peanut gallery's flicking me off. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, he loves the Cowboys. Xander loves the
Dude,
Cowboys.
Prescott is going to take them to the Super Bowl.
No.
Right? He's learning still. The only reason why I don't
Dak's
like that.
not the guy, man.
The only reason why I don't like that he is, the new quarterback is because no longer can I say I am homo for Romo when the Cowboys play.
No, yeah.
Only reason.
That's all done now.
Yeah.
You won't be able to
It's
say that.
it's super unfortunate.
But I'm still homo for Romo.
but
Tony Romo, if you're listening to this.
Tony Romo is maybe the best
Announcer.
live football announcer of all
He's
time.
great, dude.
He was asking for $10 million to come back and do it a year, and I think he's going to get it.
Yeah, he probably
Fucking
will.
A,
You know,
dude.
if he doesn't, he should just do what Bob Menery does and do it on Instagram, and he'll get fucking paid that way. Bob
know.
Menery's making bank.
Yeah.
Like nobody wanted to hire this guy
What would you
to
do with $10 million a year?
to do his funny. Well, we'll get into that. Nobody wanted to hire him to do his crazy bullshit
Yeah,
on like an actual net, and it would have killed.
he's
It
killing
would have fucking killed. And now he does it on his own on Instagram, and it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
It's not even just sports anymore. He's commentating everyday life and shit.
No, it's good. When I was doing Freeman Fridays, that's how I found him because people were tagging me and they were like, "Hey, you got to get Bob Menery on the show, and you guys can do some videos together. It'd be a
Yeah,
blast.
it would be fucking funny as shit.
It'd be really funny." I follow him on Instagram. I think he just got engaged.
Yeah,
His
he's
wife is
dating.
a smoke show.
She's a model or a golfer or some
Smoke
shit.
show.
I don't know what she does.
Whatever, man. Shoot or shoot, and he did it.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking down this list. Speaking of what I would do with $10 million, of the weirdest shit you can buy on Amazon, a prefabricated home in a shipping container for $36,000.
So I looked at one of those actually.
Yeah, for a studio, you mean?
Yes, because our new studio is in a place called the Cargo District here in North Carolina, and when you look through it, because they also have like apartments for rent and all that shit,
yeah.
and you can live in them,
Like work, like what do you call it?
work, eat, play,
Mm.
shared workspaces. There it is. Or I like work, eat, play better. Very
Live,
Yeah.
laugh,
love. Yeah, it's
suicide.
very Pinteresty.
Yeah, it is super Pinterest.
Live, laugh.
But so I was looking into it, and I was just like, the rent or something was like $1,200 or $1,500 for one of these fucking things, and I was like, how much is it just to buy it? So I actually looked that one up, man. Like that's a
There's
real
a bigger one on Amazon for like $50K, I think.
Yeah, but how do you put that together, and who puts that together for you?
I mean,
What's
I don't
the
know
charge
what
on
the shit.
that?
Well, if you have Prime, I don't know. Hold on, let me look at that actually.
For Prime, they're not going to ship you the whole goddamn
There's
thing
butt
for
gloves
free.
on his
Yeah,
computer screen,
in
so-
48 hours, you can get a whole shipping container. Yes, they are. So, so our producer Jamie was like, "Hey, shipping containers are
You can buy a
$5,000 brand new."
40-foot high cube. This isn't one of the homes. This is just a shipping container.
Yep.
On Prime, or it's 40 feet shipping container. Well, that can't be right. It's $11. What is that? Is it like a model? Hang on a sec.
A little tiny model one.
Yeah, that can't be right. Hang on a sec. I'll find them. Keep talking.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of fucked up shit that you could do for $10 million a year. Back to your
Well, that's what I would
question.
be doing. I would buy weird shit on Amazon and sending it to people. That's exactly what I would be doing. For
Yeah.
$10 million a year.
Yeah.
I would have a private jet, so I didn't have to fly commercial.
That's my first and foremost.
Yeah,
you,
for
you,
sure.
you and I both know that.
Yeah, I
Like,
hate flying commercial because I
same
don't
here.
like other human beings. I've said that forever. And just that whole process of being, it's like the most degrading process in human history, having to go through that whole shit. Probably not as bad as other stuff, as a matter. Now that I think about it, but it sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
flying commercial sucks for everybody.
a-
Nobody likes it. The people that work there don't like it.
No,
There's no way they do
no.
because it sucks.
And they don't treat pilots with respect anymore. You remember back in the olden days, like when you see like that DiCaprio movie, Catch Me If You Can, and he's
Yeah.
strolling through the airport and everybody's impressed that he's a pilot. That used to be a position of power where it was like, what do you do? I'm a pilot. You were like, whoa. I remember as a kid, this girl in my class brought in her dad to talk. He was a pilot for Delta. Blew away all the other dads because we were like, whoa, he's a fucking
My
pilot.
dad works for the FBI. Step aside.
Yeah, there's a pilot here from Delta. He's giving out wings. We're going to have a real goddamn good day today at school.
The whole fucking 9/11 thing kind of fucked us on that. The airline industry.
Yeah, 9/11.
Yeah.
9/11 was super unfortunate for the airline industry. I mean, it like it exposed the fact that all that money they spent in the late 90s on upgraded security was exactly what George Carlin said it was. It was to make white people feel safe. Yeah. But it wasn't. There were no real safety measures in place, obviously. Like, nobody was trained. Like, I'm sure there were some good people working back then. But one of the guys, there's actually a good book about this. People who missed things on 9/11 and how they feel about it now. They like went back and interviewed them. One guy said one of the bombers, I think it was Muhammad Atta, was wearing a really nice suit, but his shoes were all fucked up and cheap. And he was like, I should have recognized that this dude's look and demeanor and his suit didn't match his fucking shoes. There was something wrong, and I knew it at the time, but I didn't know what to do about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because how do you pull a guy out of line just because he's got fucked up shoes?
That's exactly right. Like, people, you can always armchair quarterback and second guess yourself and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, people lose their jobs over things like that happen all the time in that kind of field, and it's like, ugh, man. I mean, shit. That's kind of a learning situation that now I know. It sucks that bad shit happens sometimes, but I don't know. It's not like that dude hiding. Like, another guy got charged for hiding in a mass shooting recently. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was
like a second guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that one, but it was some other thing.
Yeah.
Like, that is, to me, is way different than this. Like, making a mistake, people make fucking mistakes.
Sure.
That's just the way it is. That's got to suck for those guys, though, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, honestly, there was a guy in Phoenix at the FBI that wrote a report about Bin Laden is going to fly a plane into a building. Like, and it came out I think it was 2 weeks before 9/11, and it didn't have time to make its way through that whole shit. And even if it had, I don't know if
what you could do about it.
Was there anything actionable? Just information is not intelligence. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not the same.
It's one of those things.
How the fuck did we start talking about this?
I know. I was just thinking in my head. I was like, man, we went to talking about beating off, getting caught by my uncle.
Yeah. Getting caught by your uncle masturbating.
It's really unfortunate.
Then accusing him of being gay.
Security,
now 9/11.
Now security policy.
Yeah. And what you can buy off a shipping container home. A
what
tiny
would you do with $10 million? God damn it.
A tiny home that you can buy off of Amazon. No, with the Bin Laden thing, though, fuck. I don't blame anybody in that sitch. Like, you don't really know until something. Look, it was the largest on-soil event, terrorist attack in our nation's history.
Yeah.
How do you you're not prepared for something?
I don't know.
That's shake out.
That's what I've said this before on the show, but Rumsfeld used to call it the red slice in the intelligence community. It's what you don't know. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but that's not really accurate because we knew people were trying to fly planes into buildings. Like, we knew that was a threat.
Gotcha.
Sure. And like all the stuff that was happening, like these pilot schools in Florida were teaching guys to take off, but they didn't show up for the landing part.
Not landing. Yeah.
Like, seriously, that's fucked, man.
I know.
And you have to report shit like that. Those pilot schools, I imagine, are governed by the FAA, just like the rest of piloting and flying planes, right? There's got to be some kind of regulatory situation. So if a bunch of Middle Eastern dudes come in and pay cash for lessons and they don't care about landing the plane, maybe say something to somebody.
Say something,
at some point.
Yeah.
But Bush did 9/11.
No way.
Charlie Classic does it. He's been doing it again lately. Have you seen it? Do you follow his Instagram?
Yes.
So he'll do a whole video and it's about something entirely unrelated, and all of a sudden he'll just turn into the camera and say, Bush did 9/11. It's super funny. I love that guy.
Charlie's fucking awesome. He's one of our favorite guests.
$36,000 for the shipping container. The shipping and handling would be $3,754.49 for a total of $39,754.49 for a home shipped to your door, and it would arrive by like July 17th. So
that's not bad.
12 days.
12 days for a whole fucking
just to troll your friends.
Tiny. Oh god, could you imagine?
It'd be great.
You know how big that fucking thing is? If that showed up to your front door, you'd have to hire people just to move that out of there. You couldn't do that alone.
I don't know.
What if they don't accept it though? No, you have the wrong order. What happens then?
Oof. How do you ship it?
Yeah, it had to be on a flatbed.
Yeah, it's got to be a semi-truck. You
can't
just show up in a UPS truck and be like, hey, man, hang on. Let me get my tiny house out of here. Yeah. You
couldn't just slide that bitch off the back or anything.
No, but that would be the ultimate troll move.
Oh, man.
No, so like leave on front door.
One of the things that Jared wants to do, he wants to put he wants to get a dumpster and put a fake phone number on the side of it and put it right in front of somebody's house in a suburb somewhere, and then like like block part of their driveway or block their mailbox. So they're just like calling all the time, and he's answering the phone and just fucking with them.
Oh, it'd be great.
And he also wanted to put raw fish in a vending machine and then put it in somebody's office and then put a phone number on that.
Yeah, so they would call for that.
So they would call and be like, hey, you guys signed a contract. That fish is going to be there for the next year. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Let us know when it runs out
it.
and we'll come change the fish out. But
Yeah, we'll come swap it out for you, but we're going to need a little time on that.
So what would you do with $10 million a year? I mean, troll people is the first thing that comes to my mind. It's getting a private plane so I don't have to deal with
fly
that shit,
commercial and then trolling.
Start trolling all of my friends.
Dude, one part of me wants to be smart, and I'm 33, and I want to invest it, and I've actually done math before that if you get like 1% interest, et cetera, and you could survive off of that, and that's great. And another part of me is just like, I would just live my fucking life. I'd have the time of my life. I try and give a lot of it away, right, to help people. But I would live my fucking life. I'd be like, I want a house on the East Coast, on the West Coast, one in Texas. I don't even like the Midwest so much, but I'm going to get one in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I would just start doing crazy shit. I've been to 27 countries. Great fucking time. I would just travel the world, live my life, and I would make it my point to spend all of it before I die.
Oh, yeah.
I swear I wouldn't.
Even if you had kids?
Dude, I mean.
How much would you leave your
going to
kids?
have kids? Is that something you want to do?
I don't know, man. To be honest, like being real, if it happens, I feel in this phase of my life, it'll be an oops. I got you pregnant. Let me man the fuck up.
Right.
Let me do this. Right. I don't feel like in today's day and age, people need to be together to have children. Because I mean, I came out fine, winky face. Hi, mom. No.
Hey, mom.
No, but there's that. And if I had kids, I mean, no one's ever handed me shit. It's not necessarily that I'm bitter. But I've worked my fucking ass off for everything that I have, right? I've really worked hard.
Sure.
And I've always had, there's two things I'm good at in life, right? One of them is making people laugh. I've known that about myself since I was a child. And two, it's just fucking working my ass off and not giving up. Everything else kind of comes together as those two, I guess, coincide with one another.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever. But in terms of if I have kids, would I give them stuff? I don't know. I don't have children. I don't have that love and that bond that I hear my brothers that I served with, hardcore war veterans, they're so hardcore, and then they have a child, and their whole demeanor changes in life, right? And it's crazy. It's a beautiful thing to see. I just haven't witnessed that. So in this very moment, fuck no, I'm not gonna give those little motherfuckers anything. Like no one gave me shit.
Yeah,
that's me being bitter. But I'm sure it would change if I had a child.
You can buy 1,500 live ladybugs on Amazon.
Really?
Guaranteed live delivery.
No shit. For
in 4 days.
Any other? I'd like one of those small alligators now because they took one out of my neighborhood, the pond.
They freeze them for a little bit.
Oh, really? Like
yeah, because I used to buy them.
Ladybugs?
Yeah.
Why did you buy them? What the fuck were you doing with them?
Well, they kill other they kill pests that fuck up plants. That's what ladybugs are good for.
I took an horticulture class in college, right? And we were growing like our garden, and at the end of the summer, we got to eat our stuff. And
did anybody try to grow weed?
Some people, not in class, but they're walking around telling people, I'm just doing this for weed or whatever. That's cool. Like I get it. You're in college. I went to college at like 30 years old, right? I graduated at 31?
Yeah.
Cal State Long Beach, right? So I remember like semesters. People would. I was the old kid in class, man. I never really hung out with a bunch of kids. It was a different time. But yeah, these kids would walk around like, look what I'm growing. I'm like, cool, bro. You're 20. Like, ride the fuck on. I've got bills to pay. So I don't want to go to jail. This is like, years ago. And it was still a big deal. Now I would assume that if you get caught growing pot, they're just slap on the wrist.
Yeah. It pretty much is at this point.
But yeah, we had a garden, and he told us about the risks of using pesticides and what they will do to you. But if you want to use them, cool. And our team decided not to use them and do spider mites are fucking real. They like eat your plants.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's cool. So I did some research, and I brought a ton of ladybugs, right? And I dumped them all there, and it was great. But I'll be real, it doesn't fucking really kill them all. It didn't really work. They all kind of just went away to everyone else's fucking whore gardens, right? So we ended up getting some pesticides and using them, and it worked out, and I'm still here, right?
Yeah, you're still alive.
I'm fucking normal, right?
You can buy a refrigerator that only fits one can
of beer.
or soda or whatever. Yeah,
That's a fucking.
it's a desktop refrigerator.
Baller move.
You can just put one can in there.
That's a baller move. Yeah.
That's
Because
really
you put it right
weird.
next to your special recliner,
Yes.
and it's just got one in there, and it's just
If
for
I
you
worked
for that
with you,
game.
my sole, my only goal in life would be to constantly take that one can from you.
Yes.
You'd be like, "Who took my fucking can?" And I'd be like,
You
"You're such
cocksucker."
a douchebag." Like that's what you live for, a one can fucking refrigerator.
How much is the one can refrigerator?
Stand by. It is $38. That's not that bad.
No, we should get that for you.
Okay, we'll get
And
one.
then just put it right here, and then every show.
No,
I'll just pull
'Cause
one.
we've gone back to aggressively drinking on this show.
Yeah, I haven't been sober on this show in some time now.
No. And we could get you that one can to start your show, and it's almost like a Mr. Rogers opening when you're like, all right.
Put a sweater vest on and
Yep.
then sit down and pull my one can out.
did you ever hear that he was a sniper? Have you ever heard that?
So I watched that documentary, the Mr. Rogers documentary,
Yeah.
and I was waiting for something like that, but they alluded to it like there's been all these crazy theories and stories that they weren't true, but
I looked it up, man. It's not fucking real.
it's not, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He was
also-
in the Marine Corps, wasn't he? Or something.
I don't know,
He did
but I
something.
did ask when I was in sniper school. They call it a God book. Anybody that's ever gone through sniper school, and then somebody asked also, and they were like, "No, he was not a fucking sniper." And so the rumor is that he's all sleeved up and went to Vietnam and killed a bunch of people and shit. Not true, but Marines are so dumb. They start spreading these rumors, right? Like when you're overseas, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
people like one of the big things to do overseas, and I didn't know this was bigger than just my unit until what's the fucking the HBO series Generation
Kill.
Yeah, so when Generation Kill came out, and I hadn't read the book before, so I didn't know about it. But apparently, one of the things to do on deployment is to lie about celebrities being dead. Like that's a big thing to start rumors about. Oh yeah, I think it was in the movie or the show it was J-Lo. They were talking about J-Lo being dead, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?
Really?
No way!" Yeah, but that happened to us too. Like people started spreading rumors about different celebrities being dead because you're cut off from communication for long periods of time.
Yeah.
and it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Dude.
Why would that be the thing?
Britney Spears
Yeah,
killed
Britney
herself
Spears-
on my deployment.
Really?
Yeah,
that was
and-
in 2007
Well,
or 8.
to be fair, she was real close.
I get it, but
That was
but-
2007,
Well,
right?
the
when
first
she
time I
shaved
was
her
there was
head?
2005, transitioning in the 2006. So the rumor was she killed herself. And I remember being 19 and hearing this rumor and being like, you guys are fucking idiots. You really think I'm going to believe you? And like a couple months later, no, brother, it's real. And I was like, no. And like, and because you don't have fucking TV, you use a phone like once a month and then you don't
Yeah.
even know who to call. You're like, hey man, I sat behind you in fourth grade in math class. How have you been? Because no one else fucking answers me right now. You know what I mean? How have you been, brother? I'm good. I was calling people's like house phones. I still remember their numbers today.
No shit.
Yeah. I could tell you like Miguel Peña's name.
Like, hey,
number.
yeah, like, hey, it's nice to talk to you. Hey, did Britney Spears kill herself?
Yeah,
Like, no,
that kind of shit.
No.
And
dude.
then what was the other one?
Never happened.
Oh, when we were on a
But
boat.
that one, Britney
That'd be a
Spears
weird
was,
phone call
very
to get.
believable.
Britney Spears was the big one on mine, but we deployed in we actually left I think January 2nd of 2007.
Okay.
And by the time we got there, the rumors were already circulating. But 2007 was a rough year for Miss Spears.
Yeah.
So it was probably more believable then than it was when he was deployed.
And
And
then-
she was like, that was when she shaved her head and all that
Yeah.
bullshit.
She's going through a rough
2007
patch
Britney.
now
yeah.
as well.
Well, she's
Then
Follow her Instagram.
I can't, man.
Her stories,
it's
man,
too
are
much.
fucking weird.
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I love weird.
This is like, man,
Yeah.
the off the medication weird, where you're just like, this is.
I mean, we're all weird, man. I'm sure people will watch this and they're like, that Governor kid is fucking out
It's
of his
fucked.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
if you
that's
televised your weirdest private moments,
Oh, dude,
like
I've
some
got
of these
one.
celebrities do,
Yeah.
you'd be fucked. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about yet is that last dude at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta get that in. I don't know where we are in the show, but
Well,
this has got
gives
to.
a fuck?
we're speaking on like embarrassing moments, if we can broadcast them.
Yeah.
Perfect platform, right?
Yeah.
All right. Most embarrassing moment of my life. I've talked about this. I've talked about this before. But okay, so
On the show, you've talked about it?
No. I've told some of my friends, and I put like a small YouTube video out for my buddy that he lost all of his limbs in the war, and the government was not paying for his entire surgery because it was experimental to put 2 arms from a cadaver on him. Sergeant John Peck, right? He actually has cadaver arms, cooks, does push-ups. I brought him up on the show before. He's
Doesn't
a
he have
No
a-
shit.
Doesn't he have a book coming out?
yeah, he just launched a book. I think it's called Rebuilding Sergeant Peck. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, we're going to get him on the show
Motivates the fuck out of me, dude. Like, he's so positive on life. I have another buddy, Patterson, that lost both of his legs, and I posted something about Marine Corps was 90% shitty, 10% awesome, but the 90% make up for the 10% any day. Homeboy lost his legs, and he said, fuck yeah, 10% makes up for the 90% any day. And I just thought, God damn it, like, that motivates the fuck out of me. Like, these guys live normal lives and continue to push without, everything that we've been born with, right? And they don't have it any worse than we do, to be honest. Like, yeah, they've lost their limbs, but everything's up here, right? So anyway, moving past that. So I made a small video trying to get people to buy his T-shirt years ago. But I'll retell the story because I fucking love it. It's a great story.
Go ahead.
But 2007, or 2008 maybe, I'm dating some girl, right? And she used to have this little dog, this little Chihuahua. And if we went to Starbucks and we would hold hands, the dog would growl at me, right? Like, whoa. And she'd be like, Austin, leave him alone, Austie poo. And she'd go inside to get our drinks because it was like, you buy, I fly. So she'd go grab them and I'd pay for them, whatever. And she'd leave me with the dog and he would always like nip at me, dude. And we'd be having sex. She lived in Beverly Hills. And we'd be having sex. And I'd look up and the dog would just look at me and like fucking always try and get next to us when we're having sex. And so eventually I'd be like, can you fucking throw your dog in the restroom? Something. This is weird, right? So me and Austie Poo didn't really get along. Whatever. So one day I'm having sex with her and she's house sitting for her parents. We're going to town and I'm wearing a condom. I always use protection. Believe it or not, they're a fucking audience.
I know, but I didn't know. I would never have said that.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway, so we're going to town, right? And we're going, and she's house sitting for her parents, and I have to fart so fucking bad, like really bad, to the point where I'm trying to finish, and I can't, because if I finish, it's going to be like, brah, but we've only been dating for like 2 months, so we're not at the point of like being comfortable, farting during sex or whatever.
No, you should never be
I don't know if that is ever going to be comfortable.
Yeah,
so we're going to town, right? And I have to fart, and so one of the only times in my life I fake an orgasm. I'm like, like, oh, that was so good. She's like, did you finish? I'm like, yeah. I need to use your restroom. Like, I need to throw this. She's like, okay, down the hall. And she's house sitting for her parents. So I walk by. Mind you, in the Marine Corps, you're a fucked up individual still, right? People listening, they get it. That's why they watch his show. But I'm walking to the restroom, and she stays in the room, and I look, and I see Aussie Poo sitting on the bed. And I didn't have to piss. But then I think to myself, why would I go fart in the restroom when I can fart on this dog that like, he fucking hates me? Like, I'm going to go ahead and fart on this dog, right? It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I get it.
What
right?
made you think that the dog was not going to like that?
I don't know. Yeah,
Dogs
I don't know.
like
Either way, I'm fucking, you're in the Marine Corps, you're all twisted, been in the war 2 times, fucking, if anyone's judging me right now, the war made me crazy, fuck you. So, fuck off, asshole. How many wars have you been to, cocksucker? So, anyway, so, fucking, dude, I walk into that room, and I'm like, this is going to be great. I'm just going to fart on Austin. Right? So I back up and I'm fucking putting my ass back, right? And I'm like this. I'm like, Austin. And I'm having my feet pigeon-toed, one hand on each ass cheek. And I'm looking back. I'm going, Austin. And I'm waiting for him. And he starts walking up. And I'm just waiting to hear this wet nose, right? Or I'm just waiting to feel the wet nose. And I just, like, haha, how do you like that? Fucking Aussie Poo. And as I'm facing the doorway, dude, one hand on each ass cheek, butt naked, right? Pigeon-toed. And I'm going, Austin. Looking back, I just hear, oh my God. And I look at the door and I'm like, fuck. Like, dude, think about it. From her perspective, she doesn't know I'm about to fart on her dog. She's probably like, oh, I just had awesome sex. I need to use your restroom. Oh, fuck yeah, Austin. Tongue that ass.
Yeah.
Right? And so, dude, she caught me, bro. And we've been dating 2 months. And at this point, I can't be like, hey, no, I know this is going to sound really weird. It's not what it looks like. I was going to fart on your fucking dog. Like, you can't say that.
So you didn't fart on the dog
I didn't fart on the dog.
Okay.
I grab him and I start petting him. Just, oh my God, I'm in a state of panic. And she walks up to me with this awkward face. She's from fucking California, lives in Beverly Hills, right? House sitting for her parents down in Orange County. And she looks at me and she's like, don't sit on him, and rips him out of my hands. And I'm like, I just wanted to pet him. And she just gives me this weird look. I'm biting my cheeks at this point because I'm trying not to laugh. And I just storm into her room and I just start getting fucking dressed as fast as I can. I'm trying not to laugh. And I'm like, hey, my buddy Chris called. He's in trouble. Dodd. I'm like, Dodd called. He's in trouble. I got to, oh, okay. Very awkward exchange. I storm down the stairs, right? I make it into my truck. I turn on my truck. And as loud as I can, there's nobody in the vehicle. I start screaming at the top of my lungs, laughing. Just like, most embarrassing shit that's ever happened to me in my life. Because think about it. Oh, other part.
Did you ever see this woman again?
We stopped hanging out after.
Yeah.
We never talked again.
That relationship's over at that point.
Done.
Yeah.
So think about it. She's gonna be like, I was dating this Marine. He was really cool. He was fucking
She's been telling that story for
years.
years.
He was hot, and then one day we're done having sex, and he got Austin to eat his ass, like, you know. And that's not. So if you're listening there, fucking Kelly. I know. I'm so sorry. Was not trying to get my salad tossed by your dog. I was just wanting to fart on him.
Did you finally fart in your truck?
I'm sure I did, but I don't even remember that. That's not what's important here. What's important is
it's not, but it is.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't keep holding
that.
in
You know
forever.
what? I'm actually still holding it.
All these years later, yeah,
pushing in the mic,
bombs away.
You can buy earthworm jerky.
Anyway.
Who was the dude from last night here before we wrap up? What happened there?
So we went to a couple of, I think one other bar after we left that rooftop place, which is not bad. The rooftop place is cool. We went to one other bar. It was kind of a club scene, so it was like, man, fuck this, and we had some drinks and left. Standing outside, we see these two Army dudes and these two British Army guys that we had met up with before. Went in and got a pizza with them and shit. Dicked around. We just stood in line, got pizza, and walked outside. So we're standing outside with a full pizza, getting ready to get in an Uber and leave. And this old man is standing there. I don't know where the fuck he even came from.
No. Oh, dude, do you remember what he said before the conversation?
No.
Do you remember how he was like, it's always a good time to pick up females?
And,
yeah. Because we were like,
he was there trolling for pussy, apparently.
Dude, he lived like hours away.
Mid to late 50s, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you start saying, this is the best time to get women, and joking. I'm like, yeah, man, you got to catch them when they're just really, really fucked up. He's like, it's the best time to get them. I get me a piece of pussy here and there. And me and Dan just start adding on, like, yeah, dude, you should probably offer them more alcohol, and that'll for sure get them to like you. And he's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, what time would you say? Dan's like, what time would you say is a great time? He's like, I'd say between 2:40 and 3:15 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my, you're straight up raping women, brother. Yeah. That's illegal.
Something's happening. Something's happening with this guy.
So that's how the conversation started. And then how did he get into the?
I don't know. He made some comment about
construction. What do you do?
Construction. Yeah, he works in construction, and he was making some comment about Mexicans.
Yeah.
And then something about I can't remember if it was a house or a car. It was like 15 Mexicans, and I was like 16. 17.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, 17, yep.
So he's talking about them all living in a building. They're coming down here and they're taking our jobs.
Yeah.
Just like the South Park bullshit, right? Like there's people out here like this, which makes South Park funny, right? And so homeboy starts saying, and the number's actually 18, right? So you said 16, 17, and he's like, hey, I think they had 18 people.
Yeah,
they're all living in this house, and they don't pay their taxes, and blah. And I'm fucking Mexican, dude. Like I was raised Hispanic. I get it. I'm half white, have a white last name, but I was raised by my mother. I am fucking Hispanic, bro. Right? As they come. And so
I sensed that he was willing to go down a racist path, and we just gave him a little guidance.
A lot of
guidance. So we started saying stuff like progressively worse about Mexicans, Justin and I both. And the guy was like, yeah, and then he would add on a little bit to it.
Yeah.
And then finally, I don't remember any of the highlights of stuff he actually said. Well, Justin said something about Hitler.
I know, I guarantee you, Justin said build a wall.
Justin said something about Hitler at some point.
I was like, and I was like, you know what, dude? And he just go, yeah, brother. And I was like, if there's one thing I hate in this, I'm eating my pizza. Right? I'm like, and my mouth, the top of my mouth is burnt right now because I was just eating so hot, but I couldn't. I had to keep a military bearing, right? I want to fuck this guy up. But that also, like, I'll show you, puto, like, tres putos. And, get him to turn around and fucking, I guarantee this motherfucker didn't vote for Bernie is what I'm getting at, right? And so fucking, dude, I end up saying, like, we're building it up. And then finally, as I'm eating my pizza, I'm like, I think Hitler had the wrong race. And he's like, definitely. I was like, I think he should have gone after the fucking Mexicans. And he's like, yeah, he should have. This and then our Uber pulls up, right? And that's when I was like, is this guy serious? He's literally telling us that Hitler should have fucking killed Mexican. Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So the Uber pulls up, and then I'm like, we're like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, oh, by the way, he's Mexican, so you can get fucked, old man.
Yeah. He turns around and he goes, no, but he didn't say it like that. He's a pretty calm dude. But Dan, he's like, oh, by the way, he's Mexican, and he's like, fuck you, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, and then he's like, and I don't know what the fuck he mumbles, right? And as he's walking away, I'm pissed, and we see those two Army guys, right? And I'm like, dude, this motherfucker. And I tell him like just a brief like story, and then he looks back and he's like, I don't know, man, I don't know if you should judge him too. I mean, he's talking into his shirt, and he's like walking away and he's talking into his shirt, but whatever the fuck he was saying is probably about Mexicans, dude.
Yeah,
Well-
he was telling the Intergalactic Space Council
Oh.
about this encounter he just had with a Mexican.
Yeah.
Because anytime you interact with him, you have to fill out a report.
That's great.
You started saying that something about space Mexicans.
I said something about we need to build a wall between the Earth and the Moon to keep out space Mexicans.
Yeah, 'cause you
Like
never
space
know.
Mexicans. I was like, the worst kind of Mexican.
Yeah.
And he didn't even like absorb that information.
No.
He just
He
kept
was like,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
Mexicans,
yeah.
like how bad he fucking hated them. Right? And that's how our night ended, right? And then I got home and I fucked the fucking fuck out of myself. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's great,
There
great
it is.
time, dude.
Well, let's get to the drinking bro of the week, shall we?
Yeah.
After this,
Woo!
we should give it to your mom, by the way. If it's her birthday,
Yeah.
It is. She does listen to all these episodes.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible,
Tell
dude.
her,
I
give
say
it to your mom.
Yeah.
What's
Why
her
not?
name?
Patricia. Patty,
Okay.
right? Or just mom. I
Get
call
her
mom.
get her this for her birthday. It's another weird thing you buy on Amazon. So it's a roast beef sandwich, reality bath soak. So it's au jus that you put into your tub.
That's
Like a
actually
bath
the greatest
bomb.
thing I've ever heard. I'd put a little au jus there.
Would
a
you?
little ding dong.
If I buy this, will you use it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ship
Done.
it over. We'll give
Done.
it. We'll
But,
give it a gozies.
but in terms of like the nice things that we want to say about the drinking bro, dude, like I get it. I'm a fucked up dude, right? But god damn it, dude, she's giving me everything, dude. She would even like cook growing up and then be like, "Are you hungry?" She would cook for me and I would eat and say, "Hey, there's some left. Do you want some?" And she'd be like, "I'm not hungry." Right? And I'd be like, "Fucking A." And again, I didn't have like the greatest upbringing, but one thing is there was always a roof over my head, right? Even if it was in someone else's household, and there's always food. And she's just always been so open with me, right? And she's a great fucking woman.
Yeah,
Fuck
so-
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
She
Cheers.
did-
Cheers, Patty.
The only thing that we need
Cheers.
to do is we need to work on fathers teaching their kids how to masturbate properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to
Well,
be.
my mom taught me
Oh.
everything, dude. So eventually,
Justin
kidding,
will be
Mom.
opening that camp this fall.
Yeah, it's don't
So-
call it a camp.
Yeah.
Because that's even creepier than the regular
Masturbation
idea.
camp.
It's called masturbation camp.
fuck.
It's like my uncle runs it. It's not a bad
Oh,
place.
yeah.
And your uncle walks in on the kids like
Yeah.
as they're doing it.
All right,
same
I'm gonna
as what
teach
happened to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, if I ever have a child and catch him masturbating, you better believe I'm gonna do some.
Oh,
funny
roast
shit.
the
I'm
fuck
gonna-
out of that motherfucker.
I'll be like, bro, did you see the little penis? Like, I'm gonna give him a complex, dude. I don't know.
Dude, it's always a fucking blast having you in town.
Yep.
Disgusting Justin. DJ. Thanks for
DJ.
being here. D'Anthony Holloway.
We're gonna go out and get lit tonight again.
Let's torch it
do
tonight.
this.
Let's torch it tonight. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinking Bros. Good night, everyone.